Good day, everyone. My name is Evelyn, and I'll be taking you through a public lecture today, which is titled Feminist Theory in Educational Leadership, with the focus on understanding the gender issues in the Namibian education system. Let's kick off with the introduction. Welcome, everyone, to today's exciting public lecture on the feminist theory in educational leadership, understanding gender issues in the Namibian education system. Take note of the following as we go on with the lecture. Education is the heart of a nation's future. Leadership shapes education, but who leads matters. Today we'll explore how feminist theory helps create fairer leadership, especially in Namibia. Let's begin with the overview of the lecture. So, throughout this lesson, we are going to look at what is feminism, how feminist theory applies to educational leadership, comparison between feminism and masculinism in leadership, a real-life Namibian context with a focus on the boy-child challenges. Then we are going to look at the solutions for a gender-inclusive Namibian education system, and then we are going to conclude it from there. Let's continue with our journey. What is feminism? As defined by Hooks in 2015, feminism advocates for social, political, and economic equality between genders. Feminism wants equal opportunities for girls and boys. It's not anti-men. It's pro-equality. For example, girls in remote Namibian villages often face early marriages, but feminism fights for their education instead. Let's continue with looking at definitions from different perspectives. We have a definition by Hooks in 2000, where he defined feminism as a movement to end sexism, exploitation, and oppression. So feminism challenges unfair treatment and fight to stop women from being used or controlled just because of their gender. Example, a woman in Windhoek being paid less than a man for the same job. Feminism pushes for fair wages. We have another definition by Shea in 1986, where it was defined as feminist is the radical notion that women are people. Feminism reminds everyone that women deserve the same respect and recognition as men. For example, when women are left out of village decision making, feminism demands their inclusion as equal community members. Key principles of feminism: equality in opportunity, challenging discrimination, empowerment and inclusion, justice for all genders. Feminism lights the path to a better, fairer society, including schools and universities. Feminist theory in educational leadership. Feminist educational leadership promotes inclusive, participatory, and socially just school environments, as defined by Blackmore in 2013. It's leadership that listens, nurtures, and builds bridges between students and staffs. For example, female school principals in Windhoek running inclusive staff councils for all gender. Let's look at how feminist leadership looks, especially in schools, in the context of a school. If there is feminist leadership, there will be collaborative decision making, respect for diverse voices, support for vulnerable learners, both boys and girls, promoting leadership among female students and staff. Schools led this way create belonging for everyone. Masculinism vs. feminism in leadership. Masculinism privileges male authority and often sidelines women's perspective. This is the view of Cornell in 2005. Masculinist leadership often values hierarchy and control, while feminist leadership values teamwork and care. Example, older school systems had only male principals making decisions. Now we are seeing a change, even in key government leaderships. We have women as CEOs, managing directors, to mention but a few. Let's continue with the comparison. Masculinist leadership with feminist leadership. In masculinist leadership, there is command and control, while in feminist leadership, there is collaboration and dialogue. Before the decision is taken in feminist leadership, it will be discussed and agreed upon, while in masculinist leadership, it will just be passed as the leader commands. So in masculinist leadership, the authority comes from top to down, while in feminist leadership, participatory is required. Authoritarian is found in masculinist leadership, while supportive in feminist leadership. Feminist leadership makes schools more democratic and learner-centered. Let's focus on the boy child in Namibia. Feminist also concerns itself with the vulnerability of boys who are marginalized. Supporting girls does not mean forgetting boys. Both genders need help to succeed. Example, boys in northern regions are dropping out of school to head cattle, leaving them behind academically. Challenges facing the boy child in Namibia. We have high dropout rates for a boy child, substance abuse, alcohol, which include alcohol and cigarettes and all sorts of substance, lack of supportive male role models, gender stereotypes due to culture or our traditional norms. These challenges create a silent crisis among young Namibian boys. So let's look at the solutions for Namibia's education system. Gender-responsive leadership ensures policies that support the success of both girls and boys, as stated by Anterholter in 2017. So solutions are as follows: mentorship program for boys, gender awareness training for teachers, safe spaces for all learners, community involvement in education. Example of positive change in Namibia. Back to school program campaigns that promote both girls and boys returning to school. Female leaders mentoring both boys and girls. Non-governmental organization programs targeting male youth empowerment. And then we have change is happening, but we need more feminist leadership. To conclude, in summary, this presentation highlighted the relevance of feminist theory in promoting gender equality within educational leadership, but particularly in the Namibian education system. It explores how feminist perspectives challenges existing power structures, advocate for equal representation. Ultimately, applying feminist theory helps create more balanced educational environments where both men and women can lead and contribute and thrive equally. Let's champion in leadership that uplifts all our children. This marks the end of our presentation. Enjoy your day. For further information, you can go and read on the references shown on the board. Thank you for your attention. Have a blessed day.